Kar Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakatahawa, Brakatahawa Shai, Brakatahawa, Brakatahawa Shai, Brakatahawa, Brakatahawa Shai, Thawada, Abba, Kar Kadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teaches us truth. We know it's 100% truth. Going to come out of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 10. But the Lord is the true God, Yahweh. He is the living God and everlasting King. When he is angry, the earth trembles, the nations cannot endure his wrath. And what inspired me to do this lesson today, which I haven't really came up with a title yet, but I was watching, going through social media, and I guess they had a big earthquake over in the Philippines again. I think it was in Davao City, which is like southern Philippines. And I think it was like it was up in the sevens, maybe 7.1, something like that. But that's 7.1 magnitude is a very powerful earthquake. So they haven't reported no casualties and all that yet that I've seen. But I know you could see the buildings of people, because it happened during the day, people at work and at school, so people were, videoing. And you can see it shaking and people, calming down, especially the ones that were stuck in the buildings, and tiles falling from the ceilings on people, and you saw the kids holding the book bags over their heads, trying to shield themselves from things that was falling. But and, you hear people, calling on Jesus Christ, JC, to save them and repenting. And I was going through the comments, one thing, anybody that's been to the Philippines, they're very religious people. They believe in Jesus Christ. A lot of them are Christians. It's Catholic. It's a Catholic nation. So, they were ruled by the Spaniards. So you can imagine, a lot of them are in the Catholicism. And I believe through the Spirit, a lot of our people over there in the Philippines, Jake was scattered through the four corners of the earth. But it was pretty devastating from what I could tell, and it just struck the fear, you could just see everything shaking. You could just see the camera, from whoever was filming, how devastating it was for the people. And you can kind of imagine what it's going to be like when the Lord shake terribly the whole earth. Mainly here in Babylon the Great, man. It's nothing like being, I can imagine, I've never been in an earthquake before, being on unstable ground, When your feet, you can't get steady because the ground underneath you seems like it's about to fall in. So imagine being underneath buildings and all that. But it's going to be earthquakes, diverse places all over the place, and we know that's the time of the Lord, is about to make his return. Earthquakes, wars, rumors of wars, men fighting one another. It's all these things are coming about. All these are prophecy to happen at the end times, man. And yes, we have earthquakes, always had earthquakes with us, but now it just seemed to be ramping up. Because I think it might have been just a month ago, that wasn't a month ago, Shalakia. About a week or two ago, probably a week ago, last week, I think they just had another one over there somewhere in the Philippines. Might have been near Cebu. I forget where it was, but anyhow, Philippines is nothing but islands, sort of volcanic rim. Those islands come up from volcanoes. But not only there, but they have volcanoes all over the place, even over here in the far west, a lot of places over here, Middle East, everywhere, and we know we're in that time, man. You see the things happening in our government, especially with Nero 47, as the elder apostles and the elder apostle like to name him as, because Nero was a tyrannical ruler during that time. Rome, one of the Rome's empire was one of Rome's last emperor, and he was very tyrannical. He was like king. And he ruled with the iron fist. And same way as DJ Trump, that's in there. That's why they call him Nero. And like the elder was saying, beloved Elder Tahar, Nero said he's going to return. And we believe through the Spirit that DJ Trump is Nero's return, being the last emperor. And we believe through the Spirit he's going to be the last president. This is the second go round, so really, legally, he's not supposed to be able to run again, but, he's changing all the rules through his executive orders. He's not going through Congress and, through the Senate and all these things. He's making orders as he's going along, man. So we have to be very well aware of the time that we're in. He's got these ICE stormtroopers out there. They're grabbing up the Northern Kingdom, and pretty soon, some of the Southern Kingdom, and eventually it's going to be on you Jakes, man. You so-called blacks, man. That's think that you're not going to be touched or affected because you think that it's just all for the Northern Kingdom. But really, they know who you are, man. You so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and that's the real play. They want to get you Jakes, man. You people of Israel. They know who you are. You Jakes just don't know who you are. Majority of our people. So we're in some serious times, man. We're in times that we have to be well aware of what's going on. Pay attention. We're going to this digital system. All these other nations are, taking on this digital system, and we're lined up to fall right into it. We're probably one of the last ones because, like, beloved Elder Malakama out of GMS Chicago was saying, because we have these these bangers, put so to speak. You have to be careful what you say on here because everything is being monetized, man. So we have to definitely speak in code when we're talking. But America's gonna be one of the last ones they're gonna bring into it. But they're gonna set their troops in position very circumspectly by saying they're going after all these Northern Kingdoms that was brought over here, that were allowed to come over here. And that's all part of the play because we know the last administration was setting that up, man. It didn't make sense, Why bring all these people over here? We're already in a deficit, people struggling, over here already. So you just got them pouring over here like there's going to be a refuge, knowing that it was underhandedly done, man. It was just a play used against them to get them over here. And now they put them in all of these concentration camps, some even turning up missing. They both play both sides of the fence, man. Democrats and Republicans goes all the way back to the Romans, to the plebeians and the patricians. Same people, man. Same spirits of back today with the same tricks. And at the end of the day, it was all so they can, Trump come in there. He's going to be the hard hand. He's going to set the rule. People frustrated with, the people coming over here getting these benefits, the Northern Kingdoms. And so DJ Trump's going to be the fix, order out of chaos. So he's bringing in these draconian laws, and so he's taking away all the rights of our people, and that's part of the play, man. At the end of the day, it's get everybody into this digital system, which they're going to go after the ones that have guns and all that. So nobody's really safe, man, at this time, man. Man, those of us in this truth, we look forward to it because we know this day was coming, man. Lord told us it's going to happen. So, anybody that, you screwed up, like you went to school and you got in trouble, your parents found out what you did. When you get home, man, you ready to get your punishment. You want to get it over with. So, like saying when we were with our Father, man, we broke the law, statutes, commandments. We started worshiping these other gods. And we broke the contract. So now we want to get our punishment phase over with while we have a chance to repent. We know that we repented, so let's get this thing on and popping, man, so that we can go into the kingdom. You know. But yeah, Lord will is edifying, man. I just want to kind of hit those points, man. We at the end of this thing, you know, and we got to gear up, man, and stand 10 toes down, as Jake like to say, man, on these scriptures, man, on our faith. With that, say shalom.